Hey everybody, welcome back to the PDST live stream class, the physically distanced study time. So today we're going to continue with our polearm work, our examination of using the halberd and the poleaxe. What we're going to be looking at today is attacking different targets with the cue of the weapon. And the cue is the back end. So this is the cue. Then we have the axe, the spike or the dag, and the hook. Here we have the hammer. So the cue is the back end. In a quarterstaff, it doesn't matter, because either side can be the cue, depending on how you're holding it. Once we add heads and butt spikes to the weapon, my cue is always going to be on this side. When we're looking at the use of this, we're going to start like we did last week. I'm going to start up high. Only this time my opponent's a little bit smarter and faster than I expected. So I widen out, I come through to stab, I'm stepping, go back. I'm stepping with a passing step to my right, don't do anything, for a thrust to the throat, or the arm, or the chest, or the groin. Those are my targets, one of them. His defense is he's going to do a tutta volta, step in towards my attack, and use his cue to set it aside, and then bring it around to hit me in the head. And because he's got my staff in here, there's nothing I can do. He's got complete control of me. Let's do that again. Let's one more time on this side, then let's switch sides.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Ready.
And there's his glove. Let's switch sides and do it again. And he's got that locked in there. In some of the manuscripts, you see how you see a picture where their arm is over the other person's weapon, and that can end up like this. He doesn't know we're doing this yet, so I'm going to walk him through it. We're on guard. I throw my attack. He does everything. He brings it around. As soon as he hits me, he lets go of his staff, grabs above mine. No, above, and grab yours.
Right here.
And now look how I'm inside. So he's got control of this. So now when he pushes his cue at me, look how he's able to lock my, let's rotate. He's able, back up. He's able to lock my cue in, and now drop that in. And keep pushing. And he can rip it out of my hand. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, Matt does.
Let's do that again. You're going to win that.
Okay.
When you're talking about fighting with weapons like this, the first piece of equipment that you want, helmet and hands, gauntlets and helmet. Those are the first pieces of equipment that you want if you're fighting with any kind of weapon like this, because your hands are going to take a beating. Even on when you're winning, like what he just did. He would be punching into the shaft of my polearm with his hand, potentially. So you need that protection. Ready?
Ready.
And he comes through and he hits. And
hit. Yep.
Yep. And then he pushes his cue at me, and then pushes his point down. And it can become a disarm. Because he's using his whole body against my weapon and ripping it out of my hands. I dislike that. So I think I'm not going to let him do that.
Oh.
Ready?
Ready.
So I hit him in the head. Let's do that again. But he's smart. So when he does that, let's go back and do it again. I widen out my stance. Now I'm going to change distance a little bit, and I'm going to do this. As I widen out my stance, I'm doing my tutta volta at the same time. There's not a whole lot of movement in my body, but I've significantly changed the angle I'm going to attack at. So watch this, don't move from me, be my target. If I do it just with a straight passing step, I get into the side of his chest. However, if I do it with a tuta volta, I get his armpit, and it's much stronger for me. Would you agree?
Much stronger,
Let's
yeah.
stand here at this angle, right there. With a straight passing step, I hit him right in the middle of the chest. So you can see where I'm hitting him. But as soon as when I do my tuta volta, it's just a much better strike for me.
It's also, when we're looking at this in the armored fight, it's the weakness in the equipment as well.
Right, because I'm not going to be able to stab through the armor. And that's the nice thing about a polearm like this. I can crush and distort the shape of the armor, making the movement much more difficult. So let's go back. I begin my action, I thrust, I come around, and I hit him in the head. But now, as soon as he sees my action begin, he knows where I'm coming, so he uses his cue, but then as I shift, he yanks his cue to his pocket. And then he's got that out of position, and then he brings his cue right back up at me. And he can hit me. Let's do that again. Ready?
Ready.
And he can drive it right into my armpit. Now, when I see that kind of thing happening, because this is like kayaking, I do my action, I go out, he goes there. I'm going to, as he begins that, I'm just going to step forward, drive it into his leg, and then step through. I love these weapons. And I know it's working really well when he giggles.
If you've been following us for a while, you know the sound.
All right, ready?
Ready.
And then you come back at me, and I jam it. Now, because I just jammed it, how easy is it for you just to pull your cue to your pocket? Go ahead.
Pretty easy there.
And
But
hit me.
yeah,
Well, it doesn't matter if you hit me with the head or not. That's going to disrupt my
I'm
balance.
going to whack you, yeah.
Right? And a lot of this disrupt their balance to give you the advantage to do something else. So that's a good start.
Yeah.
Because then you can chase me down and go falling.
As we talked about in the last one there, it's not me ending the fight in the one shot. That's impossible in the armor, as we noticed. Like if I turn and jam my teeth into your arm to save my head from your cue, I just want to stop your balance system there.
Right. And disrupt the structure, making your next action better, stronger, and easier. And in fact, an interesting thing about this, it's not just that it makes your next action easier. I guess a better way to say that, it makes his next action more difficult. Everything about what we're trying to do here is ease of action for me while making it as difficult as possible for my opponent. And he's trying to do the same thing to me. And that's our communication going back and forth. Let's do that again. I widen, I threaten, he counters that. Now I'm going to a crest ray, drive it into the ground behind his foot, and just walk through. If I'm nice. That's what I'm going to do if I'm nice. Here's what I'm going to do if I'm not so nice. Love this part.
I think I know which one is about to happen right now.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Widen, threaten, cover, jam, stab him in the foot,
Yep.
and then punch him in the face. So I'm doing that to his foot the whole time with that spike going through the top of his foot.
This cue is made out of rubber, and I'm just going to say he's being really, really gentle.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Really, really gentle right now with this right here, and I wear little slip-on almost socky shoes. It is an unpleasant sensation just feeling rubber tip rolling on the top of the foot here. Now imagine what's about to be coming on up here for y'all to see something. Okay. This is going to be beautiful.
This is the spike. I would be driving into the top of his foot. I promise you that will get his attention. Let's go really, really slow, and I'm not going to hit you with it, obviously. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm training here with pole arms like this, I don't like to wear helmets. And the reason I don't like, fencing masks, I should say. I don't like to wear fencing masks. And the reason I don't want to wear fencing masks when we're training with pole arms like this is because that gives me a feeling of safety that's not true. Getting hit even by that in a fencing mask can still crush the mask and really damage my neck. So I don't want to get that false sense of security that can put me or my partner in danger.
In addition, I want to add to that, it also puts your partner in a false sense of security that you have a safety measure.
Yeah. And then he may not feel that he needs as much control. So now we're going to do this again, and I'm going to be using this to give you an idea. This is the Poleaxe head that I picked up online, and then a friend of mine hafted it for me and forged this out. I love that butt spike. My partner, on the other hand, probably not as fond of it as I am. So we start here. I tuta volta open up. That gives me my space up here at the head of my axe. Don't move from me. I'm going to win this one, but I'm not going to touch.
Yes, sir.
When I mezza volta, I'm just driving that spike right into his shoulder or his face. I've got all those options available to me. Go ahead and defend this one.
Yes, sir.
Then when he comes around, go ahead. So there he's locked that in. Now that he's hit me and he's shuffled my balance, he can shift sides, step in. He's locked that onto his rib. Remember, this is like kayaking. Do not lower the head. Push the cue up and just keep going. And look how that twists my body. And if he does that with a step, that's really going to torque my body over. And imagine that with a 3-kilo helmet on. That's going to really throw my balance, not to mention my cuirass, my arms, my gauntlets, my legs. Any small change of balance in my structure weakens me significantly when I'm in kit. So, ready?
Ready.
So he gets that, and I cover it, and I cover it. So then he comes down and he hits me with the cue. Opens me up and drives that butt spike right into my armpit. Ready?
Ready.
Jam in. Drive that into the foot. And then punch him in the face. Or hit the ground or into the side of the foot, right in through the heel. Never thought about that one, did you?
That's like right into the Achilles right there.
It's right below the Achilles.
Yeah.
Let's do it again from this side so they can see
Sure
my
thing.
target. I like this. He's not so fond. This is why he gets paid the big bucks. Ready?
Ready.
Go ahead. My target now is oh, look at that, right at the ankle. And I'm driving it right through his ankle. So what's that going to do to your structure?
That's going to completely destroy my structure. I don't no longer have the support of my foot underneath this leg.
Not only do you no longer have the support of that foot, I pushed it all the way over this way.
Yep. And you're driving me into this line.
Rolling over the ankle.
Yep.
As I'm punching him in the face with my axe.
I'm going down.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
There's no chance that I can even try anything out of that.
So not only is he out of this fight, I've maimed him for the rest of his life. Now he's just going to sit on the porch yelling about those damn kids. Get off my lawn.
Get out of my stable.
Ready?
Back in my day.
Or I hit the ground behind him and I stick it in the ground. He's going to hit me with that. I know that. So I keep him from hitting. Go ahead and hit me with that. By stepping into him. You okay?
Good. It's actually more effective when you're working in the time of my counter strike.
Yeah,
it is just as we're allowing them to see the action.
Why do you think?
That's because I'm now moving forward with my momentum, and you're now driving that out. You're taking away my support line in my forward momentum, aren't you?
Not only that, your whole body is swinging this direction, and I'm adding to that swing.
So you're actually adding force in
I'm helping you.
Counter angle. Because my momentum's traveling to here, you're pushing me over.
Yes, I'm helping you because I'm a nice guy. Be a nice person. Help them. They want to throw their face on your dag. They want to get their foot stabbed by your cue, by your butt spot. Help them out. Be a nice guy.
It's true.
So let's do that again. This time, however, I'm not going to go for his foot because I'm just a little bit too high. Ready?
Ready.
So he goes through. Now I'm going to stab him on the inside of the thigh. Or to the groin. I have either option. He can get out of the way. There's a good chance that he might be able to get out of the way. Let's do it again. Go ahead, and as soon as I jam you, step back.
Sure.
I'm going to switch weapons. Ready? Ready?
Ready.
Step back. Oh, boom. Oh. Right, and there it is again, right into his foot. Then, if I want, he can still hit me with that. And how's he going to go anywhere if I planted that into his, it's just a throw, without letting his foot move.
Completely immobilized in that space.
In a lot of different martial arts, you see them stepping on their foot. He goes to punch me, and he step on my foot. I can't now get out of the way, and I'm in a lot of trouble. And he's got all his weight on me. It's not a new concept, but instead of just stepping on it, I'm going to pin him like a beetle to a backboard.
What an image.
That's what I was thinking. Ready?
Ready, sir.
Oh.
So he nicely did not pin my foot to the floor, hence why I went flying. But had my foot been stuck through, and even with the sabaton, the armor for the foot, that's going to just wreck my foot. You're going to.
I'm going to break it.
You're going to break my foot.
Even if I don't pin it, I'm going to break it, or at least bruise it really badly.
Yeah, and now I have that damage to the foot there, which is now considerable unbalance to my structure because now I can't put weight on a shattered tool. I could if think I'm that tough, but
I'm not that tough. I'm pretty tough.
Yeah.
I'm not that tough.
Trying to fight with a shattered foot, I don't think I'm going to keep my balance.
Here's what I want to do.
Sir?
We're going to do that again, and we're going to discuss how I put him out of the way. Then we're going to freeze it, and we're going to matrix for a moment, and he's going to become another Agent Smith attacking me from another line. And there's a movie reference for you, all you movie fans. All right. Ready?
Ready, sir?
Shoulder bump. And you see, I'm just driving my shoulder into him. And how's my structure look right now?
Your structure looks good right now.
So now you're attacking me as a new weapon.
Back up.
And I can even take out the next guy. Because I know I've got that advantage. Now you actually don't need to be that close to me because of the length of your weapon.
Yep.
Let's do it again. You all right?
Yep.
I'm not hitting you in the chest too hard, am I? No. Hitting like a little child.
You're being so gentle to me.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, do you want to go there? Because I can still take
that leg off. What happened there? I moved too soon.
Just because I'm threatened. That's the nice thing about this threat here. If he moves too soon, I can take another target. So he needs to wait for me to initiate my threat. Ready?
Ready.
drive it into the ground, just pretty much to hold it in place. Drive through him. His new guy comes, remember, hold on. Yep. His new guy comes at me. Step out of the way, right through the Aventel. Or I miss, and I drive it and I hook, and I yank him in, then I butt spike him. I love this weapon. This is the Swiss Army tool of the Middle Ages. I like to think of it as a medieval can opener. It's a wonderful tool.
I'm highly reminded of when you're doing tomahawk and knife.
Yeah, I can let my violence out with this weapon. Usually I don't let my violence out, but there's a couple of systems, this being one of them, that I let my violence go a little bit.
Ain't gonna lie, kind of fun being on the receiving end of that. There's something wrong with me.
Go ahead and counter me.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Oh. And then you walk away like a 1980s movie with the explosion going on behind you. All right, let's do it again. And you can hit me. That's okay. Ready?
Ready.
And I'm ready for my next guy.
Yep.
And because I choked up this way, even if you're coming at me from the angle. You got to hit me.
Yep.
I'm hitting you. You can hit me back.
I'm swinging.
Hit me. So I'm down here. Oh. There we go. And if we're in armor, who won that?
You did.
I got the armpit. He got my chin. Yeah, he got my greave. So this gives us the ability to really move through our different targets. I want to do it one more time, and I want to switch sides.
Yes, sir.
So everybody can see it. Ready?
Ready.
Now I cheated. One of the important things I want you to take away from this, we always think up high. The way you make somebody fall is you take out a leg. It can be a visible leg or an invisible leg. I'm going to go through both of those so you understand what I mean. I'm going to take out the visible leg this time. Ready?
Ready.
And I just hit him in the thigh, or I hit him with the half and then yank back so he falls down. Took out a visible leg. Now I'm going to take out the invisible leg. Ready?
Ready.
And I can take out the invisible leg. Good?
Good.
We have another video on your forelegs. And it's important to remember that we all have four legs in our fight. And if I want them to fall, all I have to do is take out one of their legs. Let's go one more time. Mostly just because you won last time and I'm having fun. Ready?
Ready.
Oh, what did I do wrong? Because you had me in the back of the head. Yep. You totally had me.
I did.
What did I do wrong?
You pulled back.
I hooked and I tried to lift this up.
Yep.
I did not hook and then push. And you had me right to the back of my head. Nice. Let's do it again. I'll try to do it correctly this time. I did that on purpose so that you could see what not to do.
No mistakes are happen here.
These are not the mistakes you're looking for. Ready?
Ready. Oh. No chance.
Much better. That's what I want to do. And with that, we're going to close up this one. So I want to thank you for watching. We have now passed our 1,000 subscriptions. Let's move it up to 2,000. Tell everybody about it. We have some fun with these things. They're a great time, and they have so many options. We have a lot of other videos coming out, as well as all the ones we've done. And we also have our interviews. So watch them, and please share them around. Before we go, do you have anything you want to say about what happened today?
Well, today, Feeling out again, when I talked to him the last time we worked with this here, what is the balance of your tool so that you understand if you kayak with this, like you kayak with your sword and half sorting techniques, it does not work. So feeling how it's properly moving in that area and where that momentum pulling you so you can actually control where you're directing yourself at.
Good. And that actually leads me up to one more question.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to ask it. I know you know the answer, so give me a beat. Where's the best place to stab somebody? Where's the best place to stab somebody?
Where they tell you to.
Even better.
Oh, in the back.
In the back, because then you're safe.
Yep.
That means that because I start off facing my opponent like this, where I want to get, move that way, is here. This is my ideal place to be. So the skill is learning to move to where they are unable to defend themselves.
And you can't cover your back.
And I can only do that if I'm going forward. I cannot do it if I'm going backwards. I've done multiple battle reenactments over in Europe as well, where there's 2,000 guys on the field swinging still at each other, swords, polearms, shields, arrows coming in. I've been in those battles over in Europe, the reenactments. And even in battle, I would say even especially in battle, I have to go forward the whole time. Because if I go backwards, all my guys are behind me, and now I'm tripping up my side. But if I can break through that line, I've got a whole line of backs that I can stab. So with that, I want to thank you, and we'll just do it with the hand this time. So thank you for joining us. Be safe, be sane, and we'll see you on the other side of all this. All the best to you and all yours.
Thank you all.
Boom.
Take care.